Hey everybody, welcome to my new channel, American Treasure Hunter. My name is Solon, and in tonight's video, this is my very first vintage knife hunt that I've ever been on. The knife collecting bug has recently bitten me, and now I'm drawn to collecting, buying, or selling vintage knives. So I thought I would share my experience in this journey, and then maybe you can help learn along with me the prices of items and what they're selling for. Today I went to the Mountaintop Flea Market, which is a very large flea market just on the outside of Attala, Alabama. And it's only held one day a week on Sunday, and it's huge. It was a lot of fun, but the only thing is there's probably more brand new stuff than anything else, and very few people selling antiques or vintage items there, so it's kind of limited in what I could find. But here's my haul that I brought back from my knife hunting adventure at the flea market. So let's check out these items that I bought and see how well I did. I did pick up 3 extra items that were not knives, only because I think they were a good deal, but we'll look at those as well. The first item that I did pick up is this vintage hatchet. Now the guy told me this was found in an old barn, and you can see how rough the handle is, although it's still pretty solid. But if you look right here, you can see where it was made in Germany. And on the other side is the foundry mark. And I will have to clean the rust out of it just to see it a little bit better. But that's the foundry mark. And the gentleman was asking $25 for it, but he let me have it for $20, so I bought it. Now the resale price on these is all over the board, but ones with the handle still goes for around $20 to $50. And I will probably put this one up for sale for around $39.95 and see where it goes from there. Hopefully, it'll be a quick flip and I can make around $10 profit on it. I know it's not a lot, but I think it's a good start. The next item that I picked up was this 1960s Royal Crown bottle opener. I picked it up for $5, and these are going for anywhere from around $12 to $15. And I guess I'll start mine at about $14.95 or best offer and see where it goes from there. Soft drink advertisement collectors loves these, so hopefully somebody will buy it and put it with their collection. The next item that I picked up were 2 Texas Hold'em pocket knives by Smith & Wesson. Now I got both of these knives for $10, and I think I'll ask about $14.95 each for them. These are not highly collectible, but they are just great little knives that you can carry in your pocket without fear of losing a high-priced pocket knife. They're heavy, they're really well made, and I think they're probably undervalued, but we're going to put them up and see what they go for. Now I picked up this vintage black handle, USA made Geneva cutlery razor with the original box for just $8. Now these are kind of all over with the price as well, and I'll probably put this one up for about $19.95 and just see if I can flip it for that. Since it does have the original box, I hope it'll make it sell a lot faster. Now the next item is this handmade knife made in Germany. This thing is absolutely beautiful in my opinion. It has a deer antler handle, and the blade is beautiful on it, and it almost has a kind of stiletto type long thin blade look to it. It also comes with what appears to be a handcrafted and hand-stitched leather sheath. Now printed on the blade is the words Edge Mach, M-A-K-K, and the number 309. That's probably a production number, but I think it's a very beautiful knife and feels great in your hand, and it's well balanced. I had to give $30 for it, which I think it was a great price. I'm going to ask $75 on it, which I think should be an easy flip for this particular type of knife. I plan on doing a little bit more research and find out about this particular knife. Should be interesting for everyone. Now the next knife up is another handmade knife, and this one has a deer antler handle as well, along with brass fittings, and the blade is actually made from a Nicholson US made carbon steel file. Now the seller told me it wasn't finished yet, and the sides are still need to be ground down and buffed out with a belt sander, and then needs to have a sharp edge put on it. Now if you'll look on eBay, a lot of knives are made from files. They just great metal. This carbon steel is really good. They make great knives. Now this one here is a Barlow knife that I paid $10 for, and it's also made in the U.S. It's a Colonial Province USA knife that came out in 1976 and is celebrating New York as the 11th state with the date when it entered into the 13 states and part of the Union, and that was in June 26, 1788. And then on the back, it's a bicentennial celebration, 1776 to 1976. Now, I couldn't find any of these on eBay with the exception of a whole lot of 13 that was still on the original display card, and the gentleman was wanting $200 for all of them. So imagine that one of these three things concerning this knife is true. One, it's probably pretty rare, or two, either nobody collects this knife, so therefore it's not on the market, or three, everybody wants them so they can hoard these knives, so none are on the market. And I go with the latter, I hope. I'll probably ask about $24.95 for this to see where it goes from there. Maybe put that up with best offer. Now, this one's not an expensive knife, but it is a Columbia knife that's made in China and based on the outdoor sports clothing line Columbia. And this one is based on a Victorinox pocket knife with all the different knives on there, such as it has a key ring, a flashlight where you can press to see your keyhole when you're putting a key in the door. It's got a compass, a bottle opener, screwdriver, and so forth. Now, the downside, like I said, it is made in China, but I only gave $3 for it. So I think it was a good deal, and I believe I can probably get $12.95 for it on eBay. Okay, up next is this Schrade knife made in the USA. It's an Uncle Henry pocket knife. It's got 3 blades, and it's really a good-looking knife. Pretty solid overall. The blades are a little bit tight, which probably a little bit of oil will help loosen those up, where they'll open up better. But I gave $8 for it, and I'm going to put it on eBay for about $20 and see where it goes from there. I think I should be able to get that. That's about the average of what they're going for. Now, here's one of the non-knife items I picked up, which is this pack of 6 patches. Now, some of these are military, and some of them I think are just regular patches, uniform patches. But I only gave $2 for it, and I should be able to get around $10 for this pack on eBay. That's not too high of an asking price, and I'll still turn over a great little profit. And for $10, I purchased the Simmons bore sight adjuster for your rifle. Now, that helps you to adjust your scope to be more on target. It appears to be brand new and never used, and I'll try to ask $24.95 for it, or best offer, and hopefully I'll be able to flip it fairly quickly. Now, let me tell you about the Mr. Coffee scoop here. I paid $1 for this scoop, and believe it or not, these things go anywhere from $12 to $15 each as replacement scoops for people who have their Mr. Coffee machines. Now, I'll probably ask about $14.95 for best offer for this one and see if I can sell it quickly. And having only $1 invested in it, it's going to be a great little flip. Okay, I know the video wasn't very long, but that wraps up my first vintage knife hunt at the flea market. Let me know if you think I did good or not. Did I do bad? Did I pay too much? Did I get some good deals? I always appreciate that feedback. And until I can learn about the prices of vintage knives, you guys can keep me straight. I've ordered some price guides, and we'll start studying the process to make sure I do a little bit better each trip. Well, that, my friends, pretty well winds up this video. I know it was short, but I hope you enjoyed it. And if you will, please like, subscribe, and share. It won't cost you a penny, but it will help this tiny channel to grow. I appreciate each and every one of you watching, and I'll see you guys and gals in the next upcoming video.